Lessons from the Life of Nathan Van Ettan by Daniel Schwartz. Episode 12. Art Accosts Nathan Van Ettan. Without beauty, there would be nothing enjoyable to look at. Throughout history, mankind has sought to capture beauty for enjoying at a point after the present. This process is the birth of art. One person with no taste for births of any kind is Nathan Van Ettan.
Hey, voice.
Why, Nathan, you sound so dejected. Whatever is the matter?
Isn't it obvious? Look where I am.
You're at the art museum, the best place to view art in public without getting rained on.
Precisely. I have been the victim of a ghastly hoax.
A hoax? Who hoaxed you?
My dad. He gave me tickets to this exhibit opening, but it turns out to be a total bait and switch.
I take it you were initially excited about going then?
Yes. As any followers of my distinguished life are aware, I am a huge fan of giant Japanese monsters. Foremost among my kaiju harem, however, is the spiky pterosaur Rodan, stalwart ally of Mothra and hated foe of King Ghidorah. Thus, when I saw the exhibit would be dedicated to him, I was literally beside myself with glee and anticipation.
Nathan, I find it more likely that you were figuratively beside yourself with glee and anticipation.
God, whatever! The point is that there is not a giant monster in sight. Except maybe that statue of a guy who looks like he's constipated.
Ah, I see. Nathan, this exhibit is dedicated to the ingenious French artist Auguste Rodin, widely considered the first modern sculptor. The sculpture you're referring to is The Thinker, one of his most famous works.
Well, I widely consider him crap for ripping off the name of my favorite monster. Where do these foreign people get off copying other cultures' names and traditions? Gah, my anger is as intense like the antibacterial mouthwash Listerine, of course.
You alright, sir?
Oh, it's Reese, my new friend.
Have we met?
Just now. But let me tell you, Reese, does this museum suck or what?
I beg your pardon?
Well, look at all the garbage they have lying around. Just dried mud and stained canvas as far as the eye can see.
Sir, you're aware that I work for the museum as a security guard, yes?
Well, of course, Reese. Why do you think I'm complaining to you? Tell your bosses how much this museum sucks.
I'll be sure to mention that.
Excellent. Make sure you explain how bad an experience any sensible person would have here. There's no art worth anything in here.
Sir, art is all around you. These pieces are literally priceless.
First of all, I find it more likely that they are figuratively priceless. Secondly, I don't see any art here. Art has an armed woman in a bikini or a picture of a spaceship, and I see neither of those things within these walls, my friend.
A who or a what now?
Look, Reese, my new friend, I can see that this is difficult for you, so I will break it down. I came here tonight to see a giant pterodactyl who flies at hypersonic speed, and there is no such pterodactyl here. This exhibit, and indeed this museum, is therefore crap.
All right, sir. I think it's time
He's absolutely right.
Oh, hey, aren't you?
Filthy handsome, ruggedly rich, the incomparably happy and successful Nolan von Etzen? Yes, and yes indeed, adoring public. I was here with 3 of my 16 girlfriends to celebrate the making of my 19th fortune. And what should I hear but the first cogent discussion of anything that did not emerge from my own lips?
Well, I give up. What should you?
Rhetorical, young roustabout. But that aside, I realize that you were entirely correct. There is no art of any kind here. It is not the place of old dead white men to dictate our standards of beauty. No! It is the place of young living white men to dictate such standards. And such an one man is me, Nolan von Etzen.
Mr. Von Etzen,
Indeed, I am Nolan von Etzen, the first, prototype of the apex of human achievement. Nothing within these walls, or without them, or withunder them, can compare with me as the aesthetic ideal. I therefore declare this exhibit closed, and shall smash this large, thinky man statue with a hammer. Such is the will of Nolan von Etzen.
Several minutes later, having been escorted from the building by security, Nathan prepares to call his dad to pick him up, though I get the sense, if previous encounters have taught me anything, that he will soon disclose his...
Lesson of the day, my invisible amigo. Why, yes, I will.
And what have you learned, Nathan?
I have learned that you should always complain to people about their job and where they work. Clearly, that is how you get things to change for the better.
I can almost see how that would make sense to you.
You don't have eyes.
Indeed not, Nathan. And without eyes, how can beauty truly be seen? Or, for that matter, how can beauty be truly seen when it has been smashed with a hammer? Perhaps you will destroy something beautiful in the interval between now and the next. Lesson from the life of Nathan Van Etten.